welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really common crossroads for anyone looking to head abroad for study, work, or immigration. We're talking about choosing the right English proficiency test. Specifically, we're going deep on IELTS versus PT. These are two huge ones, widely accepted pretty much everywhere, our mission. To really break down the key differences so you can figure out which one might be, the better fit for you. Okay, let's unpack this. So let's start with IELTS. International English Language Testing System. It's probably the one most people have heard of, right? Kind of the classic choice for many.
Definitely. It's very well established.
It's structured around 4 parts: listening, rating, writing, and the speaking test. And that speaking test is face-to-face, like a real conversation with a human examiner.
That human interaction element is pretty central to the IELTS experience.
And you get a choice too, right? Paper-based or computer.
Yes, that flexibility is there. You can choose the format you're most comfortable with. And what's really compelling about IELTS is just how long it's been around and how widely accepted it is. Universities, immigration bodies, professional groups. Globally, it's very versatile.
Covers a lot of bases.
It really does. And another thing, the listening part. They deliberately include a mix of accents: British, American, Australian, New Zealand.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
Well, it's designed to get you ready for the kind of English you'll actually hear out there in real academic or professional life. It reflects that diversity.
Right. Okay. So that's IELTS, human touch, global reputation, choice of format. But what if you're maybe looking for something different, more tech-focused?
Well, that's where PT Academic comes in, the Pearson test of English academic.
And this one's fundamentally different, isn't it? It's all computer-based.
Entirely. And here's the kicker. It's 100% scored by AI. No human examiners look at your answers at all.
Wow. Okay, 0 human scoring. That's a major shift.
It is. And what's fascinating here isn't just the tech, but the implications. For many people, the idea of no human bias in the scoring is a huge relief.
I can see that consistency, right?
Exactly. Your score isn't going to depend on maybe an examiner having a bad day or some unconscious bias. Perform consistently, get scored consistently. It takes some pressure off.
Makes sense.
Plus, it means results are fast. Usually, you get them back in just 2 to 5 business days.
Whoa, compared to what, like nearly 2 weeks for IELTS?
Typically 13 days for IELTS, yeah. So PATI is significantly quicker. And it also has these innovative, integrated skills tasks.
What does that mean, integrated?
It means you might say, listen to a bit of a lecture, read a short text on the same topic, and then have to speak about it. It tests multiple skills together efficiently.
Okay, that sounds pretty smart, actually, testing how you use the language in a more combined way. So we've got these 2 distinct paths. IELTS with its human interaction, PTE with its AI efficiency. Let's dig into those core differences again, because understanding them is crucial for making the right choice. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Exactly. So boiling it down, you've got human examiners versus AI scoring. That's number one.
Big one.
Then the test format. IELTS gives you paper or computer options. PT is only computer-based.
Got it.
Result speed is another major factor. Potentially 13 days for IELTS versus a very quick 2 to 5 days for PT.
That could be critical for deadlines.
Absolutely. And finally, the accent focus. IELTS uses a wider range, more global accents. PTT tends to focus more on standard native speaker accents, often in an academic context.
Okay, so those are the technical differences: human versus AI, format, speed, accents. So what does this all mean for you, the person trying to decide?
Right. This raises an important question. Which test aligns best with your strengths and preferences? Look, if you feel more comfortable with face-to-face interaction, maybe for the speaking test.
Yeah.
Or if you genuinely prefer writing things out by hand.
Some people do.
Yeah. Or if you just need that test with the absolute longest track record, accepted pretty much anywhere for anything, then, well, IELTS could be the way to go.
Okay, that makes sense. The traditional, reliable route.
But on the other hand, if you're comfortable with technology, maybe you even prefer talking to a microphone over a person.
Less pressure, maybe.
Could be. And if you like the idea of purely objective AI scoring, if you really need those results back quickly, maybe for an urgent application, or if you're good at juggling tasks, like those integrated skills questions, or applying somewhere like Australia or the UK, where PT is extremely popular.
And PTE might be the smarter choice.
It could very well be the more strategic option for you, yes.
Okay, so bottom line, neither is universally better. Both IELTS and PTE are solid, accepted ways to prove your English skills.
Absolutely. They're both valid pathways.
The best choice really comes down to you, your strengths, how you feel about the testing environment, technology versus human interaction. what feels right for you to show what you can do. And maybe think about this. How can understanding these kinds of detailed differences help you, not just with a test, but when you face any complex choice with lots of information out there? How do you find that clarity? Something to think about.